Hey there, welcome to Roundhouse Roundup episode 10. Thanks to everyone for watching the first 9 episodes, and here's to double digits. Not a lot of news this week. I'm going to get a little philosophical later in the show, but it's time for our first ever recurring segment on the show I call KOF Watch. Now, as you know, King of Fighters 12, not really a finished product, but a lot of patches coming, and there's always news every day. So here's what's coming. As you know, there's a huge bug that happens when Raiden does his super on Elizabeth, in which she gets stuck in an animation frame and she can't do anything. There is a patch coming for that. In addition, there is a patch coming to fix the online play that Ignition has already been testing and says, we're really excited. So that'll be coming hopefully in the next couple of weeks. Obviously PlayStation's probably going to get it sooner since there's not as much of a rigorous process as in Microsoft isn't going to have to test it. Other than that, if you play the game in a 2-person lobby and you play yellow connections or better, the game's actually pretty smooth and actually pretty fun online. I'm actually having fun with it. Now, to something I want to talk about that's not really related to any game in particular. If you watched Roundhouse Roundup episode 9 recently, you saw I had a video response from a person named Incredible Gamer. I had a couple matches with him in Street Fighter 4 and Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which, by the way, I'm a bad person. I said I wasn't going to buy it, and then I did. Point being that as much as I suck at that game, there are always people who suck more. And also I wanted to play a lot of my college friends. But I want to talk about what it takes to be good at this game, or any game in particular. It's about not limiting yourself. I found out while playing Incredible Gamer that he had all his buttons mapped to either hard punch or hard kick. I don't know why you would do that. You basically ruin yourself for combos. You can't do any of your quicker pokes. You have no pokes. I don't know why any sane person would do this. I asked him, why did you do this? He said, well, I don't know. When you are good, you don't worry that a move is cheap. You just do it until you find out that it's not going to work anymore because they're getting around it. Case in point, when I played against Incredible Gamer, he was playing El Fuerte. He never did the run move once. I'm assuming he doesn't know how to play El Fuerte, but all he did was jump. And I asked him, if you jump 6 times, it probably means you're going to jump a 7th time. Don't you realize I could just counter you out of the air? And when I'm Rufus, I can do the jumping roundhouse to EX Snake Strike, and there goes 30% of your health. And he goes, well, I'm really good when I jump. I didn't really get good until I was 17 years old. I was working at an arcade in Capitola. The arcade no longer exists. It was called Launchpad. It later became FunQuest. If anyone remembers that arcade, please send me a message at ted@gamesandme. I played against this guy. His name was Chris Gobo. I'm envisioning it right now. We played Capcom vs. SNK 1. And I lost to him for 6 months straight, did not win a single match. But I learned what to do, and more importantly, what not to do. I learned that when you roll, you're very vulnerable to throwing. So basically, the game comes down to is looking for your openings and taking them whenever possible, and at the same time, presenting no openings to your opponent at all. It really comes down to learning the game and then learning all the intricacies behind the game, to the point where if you've ever seen professional chess, it's really exciting to people who know chess well enough to appreciate the game. That's the same deal with professional Street Fighter. To most people, the match between Daigo Umehara and Justin Wong was probably boring, but to those who have a fine appreciation for the game, it was tense as all hell. And a lot of exciting stuff was going on in that match that I don't think a lot of people realized. So I want to hear from you guys. What do you think it takes to be good? Email me at ted@gamesandme. You can also find me on Gmail at Thoth2020 or aim at Thoth2020. Whatever way you want to hear from me. You can also play me on Xbox Live at Thoth Beyond or PlayStation Network at Thoth Beyond. I would love to hear from you guys what you think it takes to be good, what you think makes someone better than someone else, what you think particular skills are useful in a game. Other than that, there just really hasn't been a lot of news this week. And I don't see a lot of news coming down the pipeline. I will be really excited in September when Fate Unlimited Codes comes out for PSP. Expect a full review of that. Tatsunoko is really shaping up. We hope to get some news about some of the new characters in Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. And Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is coming soon to PlayStation Network. Other than that, I just want to say, Incredible Gamer, when you say Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is your good game, it helps to tag out. Sorry, I just... How can you play the game and not tag out? That's the point. I mean, you can use your assists, but you don't use your assists enough to justify not tagging out. Not to mention, when you use your assists a lot, you've got that giant red section in your life. You might as well get it all back, right? You might as well use more health. I mean, you tag out, you get health back. As an aside, if you send me a friend request on Xbox Live or PlayStation Network, do me a favor and send me a message saying who you are. Otherwise, I'm just going to delete the damn thing. I'm getting close to 100 friends on Xbox Live, and I'm going to start doing a pruning soon, but it's just a common courtesy. One other thing to being good, buy a joystick, kids. And if you're going to go to tournaments, you might as well buy one for both major systems, because you never know what system the tournament's going to be played on. I recommend the Mad Cat sticks. They're a good quality construction at a good price. Until then, news, reviews, the EU's thing. I should come up with a new tagline, because I'm kind of getting tired of saying it. It's not exciting for me to say anymore. But anyone who wants a match, come get me.